defense, among other things. So for JDG, they do just go with the Galio support. And Clement, you already highlighted it perfectly for me. JDG, the very clear front-to-back team fight. I'm wrong. JJ and Mako both wrapping around in mid.
The three-man coming in. They do land the chains early on, and Yagao looks like there's no escape from him. He does. Zoom is pretty low HP, and his ward doesn't spot out JJ. He doesn't have the reaction time to actually back out from his tower. Does flash away, but Flandre follows the flash as well. JJ is still looking to finish off this kill. He's going to find the spear, and the kill does go down. Flandre is able to walk away. The games have usually been incredibly fast. Nidalee is probably the best snowballing champion that we've seen in the game so far. Trying to check for some stragglers and trying to interrupt recalls, but he takes half his HP for that one. Is there any stopping the Nidalee from this point? Like, in all the games, Nidalee games we've seen, once it goes to an early 2-0, oh, wait a minute, but Luma is actually going to get tacked up right here. He's going to go down, but Loken finds a great bullet time, is able to cancel out. They trade the supports raw as we see the 8-man coming in. The Herald is already very low. Yagao's trying to find an angle. Flandre actually fashes in, gets the 3-man Call of the Meek. A lot of damage being traded right here. Scout already chasing for the kills. Kanavi does go down. Zoom is low HP. Yagao trying to help his top laner, but the Dumpling brothers are going to be separated by a great... Take this one straight on, and we are going to see the 4v4 sort of develop right here. A lot of blinking health bars onto Scout as he takes a paddle star to the face. Lurmo is going in for the double man taunt, but Flandre is teleporting to the scene. Mako goes in, tries to save his mid laner. Is he going to pay for it? No, he actually, oh, the last tick does take him down. Flandre wants to go in, but it was a really good E coming in from Loken. He's actually just stuck there in mid-air without the gold. They had the kill lead, they had the early teleport, but that's the thing about JD Gaming. They can always come back on these miracles. The trade does continue.
Still, Viper getting a bot lane turret. You're going to get gold.
No, EDG are not yet, have not yet come to terms with what is happening, and they're just going to take a surprise mid lane. This is a very interesting trade. And
for just JDG to take a team fight here.
JDG, they never seen a team fight they don't like, and they're going to be the ones starting this one off, opening up onto Mako. Probably not the best target, but as they finish their combo, they do have to walk away from Flandre.
But throwing out the bullet time in response, not too big of a fan of. Blowing a lot of your team fight damage and burst in that instance. And it also just gave Flandre time to just walk up to your whole comp and make you back off.
Yeah, a bit of a head scratcher on the execution for that one. However, JD Gaming very quick on their feet. They are going to send a 3-man towards the top lane. Kanavi might be in danger though, as he walks into a 4-man squad of EDG and pays the price for it.
As well with LeBlanc and Nidalee, so it's going to be really hard for JDG to even posture
lanes or something, but this is what I want out of EDG and Scout, as Scout goes in but gets caught up right here. The bullet time nearly takes him down, and Ornhorn is here. Scout barely 200 HP, and he finally gets taken down by the collateral damage.
Easily pick one member off. Sadly, Scout did go for that. He did have vision. He did know he was jumping into the Galio, and just, I guess...
Talking about, in prior seasons, we actually saw the Renekton go for Blade of the Ruin King. Not happening this time around. Zoom is going to start the engage. He does find some damage onto Mako. Mako in a very bad position as the bullet time rings through the entire composition. Flandre is not going to survive this, or is he actually? We do see the volcanic rupture come down, but Flandre is still able to slice his and dice his way out of that. Scout goes in for a big chunk of damage, but that is returned as Yagao finds the better kill as the better mid lane.
I definitely agree. Can EDG pull off a miracle steal? I'm not quite sure.
It is going to be all about the steer. JJ goes in and he finds the Baron kill. 2 series in a row. LPL is absolutely crazy with all of these Baron steals happening. In fact, EDG are going to be the ones with the better end of this deal. They do trade 2.
Mistakes
I think it actually
matter.
hypnotized JD Gaming, excuse me. Like, when you see a Nidalee faceplant into a wall, but never mind that we're actually going to have another bullet time as Viper did take the Sleepy Bubble to the face, and collateral damage finishes off the deal. Mako has to pop the Turbo Chem Tank to run away from this one. Ornhorn sneaks by. He is able to get away and find the Blast Cone to get out, but Viper is not going to be as lucky. Even with the Baron buff, EDG cannot find the push. They are dragged into the mid lane once more. Flandre is still split pushing into the top side. Another Sleepy Trouble Bubble lands, and Scout can no longer defend his own base.
And still, like, it doesn't matter what kind of comp EDG have. At this point, JDG just sent 5 men mid. They have Zoom absorb all the poke, and they're able to kind of do whatever they want. In response,
Just don't care. You can side lane all day. We're just going to run straight down mid, closing
out from Lumao. And JDG is going to keep using their pressure mid to hover 2 sides as a 5-man core and take the objectives they want.
This is such a JD gaming play where they just say, hey, we don't care what's
in Soul and all of this. It just has seemed better to have this sort of like 5-man death ball composition.
Scout is going to find an angle into the pit. He's on the backside. He's unspotted. His damage could potentially steal this Baron. And are we going to see a second Baron steal? That's going to be the question. Scout does go in. He forces away the jungler right here. And the Baron is still going to go down to Kanavi. But EDG do have the numbers advantage as Scout is swarming from the backline. He does found the kill onto Loken. This is turning into a disaster for JD Gaming. They've lost 4 members on the map. Only Yagao alive, and that was not worth it for JD Gaming.
Yeah, and EDG should at least be able to get an inhibitor off this. Very sad to see for JDG. That really wasn't much of a team fight, Clement. We saw them just kind of all in on the Baron, and it exposed a lot of angles for EDG to play from, as Yagao is trying to delay the push, but I think he might just go down in the end as well.
Yeah, he's playing the keep away. He does find the blast cone onto Mako, but he's sandwiched by so many different EDG members. Somehow he's still walking around his towers trying to defend against the onslaught of EDG. We do see Liu Mao come in. He does find the kill onto Scout very unexpectedly. This is going to be a 4v2 with JJ taking down the Nexus, and finally EDG after a Baron throw. But the bot lane action is heating up as well. Kanavi makes an appearance into this 3v2. Viper has to use his flash early. The Eep does the full damage tick, but the first blood actually goes down to EDG. They do trade 1-for-1, but Scout has teleported inside for the action as well. Mako might have gone a little bit too far. They're trying to find the kill on him. One loss auto attack will do it. It's full plasma stacks. Loken is stunned underneath the tower, but he does not take aggro. Finally, though, we do see him going down to the support. He sacrificed.
You were just going to outright lose kills. Now, sure, the enemy soul laners do get ahead, but you at least press. They're playing the early invades. Well, everything's looking good. Then something happens. The early game.
Zoom just continually hit on that tower, and he's going to get the first tower of the game. That's going to evolve. Flank. And we do see Herald being pulled very, very far into the ramp. Finally, the Weaver's Wall is going to get used. Zoom is in a bad position. So is Liu Mao actually stuck inside that cubby right here. But he's going to go in and get the 4-man knock-up right here. Loken flies into the back line. They find Talia instantly. Liu Mao is still alive, but unfortunately for Gnar, he is going to fall down. The Herald is not. It looks like EDG are going to reset up towards the Dragon.
Oh, though, Flandre might be getting punished.
It is a 3v1. Flandre going back in. Kanavi's just... Yeah, I didn't really like that he's taken up in the LPL. Again, we're going to see another flash force away from Flandre, coming in at a great angle. He's already prepared here. Flandre is going to take a bit of damage, but Zoom is nowhere near Mega Gnar, so I don't think this is a great team fight for JD Gaming. Liu Mao falls right down after the burst coming out. They are getting forced away, and this Drake should go over to EDG. This looks like JD Gaming pushed a little bit too far. Yagao trying to salvage the situation. Doesn't find the...
Had a pretty sizable early lead.
We will have to go back to the Gnar discussion, but right now it's round 2 for Herald number 2 as we see the combination go out onto Liu Mao. He falls down once again. The Herald is taken up by Kanavi, but it's full-on retreat for JD Gaming for now. They're getting Herald towards the top lane. Zoom is the one on the backside, trying to keep the members away from the rest of his teammates. Double Boomerang should keep him alive, and the ultimate does not effective. You know, LPL is a region that loves line pick Renekton. That's a great counter pick for Gnar, and
it would take a real big mess up from EDG for them to be able to come out ahead. So, did you believe that JDG can set up
the most entertaining one? Because they're able to make plays when you least expect it. And for me, Yagao has
from Scout with those gravitational fields.
Ooh, Scout's actually being tagged up here. The Lilting Lullaby does go down, but they don't find the damage on him necessarily. They do force the Flash and the Chaos Storm coming out. So it's going to be pretty difficult for EDG to re-engage on this one. Also, Zoom with the perfect Mega Gnar. This is the Mega Gnar that we were talking about. We wanted to see. finds the great ultimate onto Victor. He can't survive from that one, and Flandre is also behind enemy lines. Kanavi is very low. Can Flandre find the kills? He does pop the Steric Gauge, but isn't able to chase up. JJ finally coming into the fray. Flandre is still alive. He's so goddamn tanky. Loken is stuck there, and what looked like a 4v1 situation against Flandre actually turns on its head. And Flandre is the one that is saying, I'm not stuck in here with you, you're stuck in here with me.
Clement, I have no idea, Clement. But at the end of the day, EDG come out ahead. They bait out the very cooldown reliant JDG comp this one. And big combo being down for JDG.
Remo goes back in again, gets Viper's ultimate straight off the bat, but Zoom is in a very good Meganar position, holding down the front line. They're going to get the Dominus out. They're going to get Mako's flash as well. And finally, Flandre does go in, but he's hit up against the wall. And we see the Zhonya's burnt by Scout as Kanavi over the wall is able to tag him with the Lilting Lullaby. Kanavi goes down very, very low, but JD Gaming still hang on to control over this side of the map. We see Flandre teleporting in at full health. This is going to be a very difficult one for JD Gaming to secure. Both junglers heading towards that objective. It will be Kanavi in the end. They keep the Dragon Soul away, but the question is how many members can actually survive this one. Scout over the wall, not heading over, while EDG is already starting this one up. JJ with the Great Wall trying to seal the JD Gaming members away, but Kanavi and Zoom are across the wall. The gravity field has been dropped. Lumao is going in. The Baron is down very low, but Flandre is trying to play keep away. Kanavi goes inside, loses a smite fight to JJ. JJ secures the Baron, and they take down Lumao as well. It's going to be a 2-for-0 trade on the side of EDG. A great Meganar, but is it enough for the rest of the members to actually get away from EDG? Doesn't look like it. He's playing 5 beasts versus 1.
These junglers that, you know, might be prioritized a lot worldwide, but we don't see all too often here in the LPL. 4K gold advantage. You still have members down on the side of JDG. It feels like EDG can pretty much dictate whatever they want on the map. Maybe with the fact
see a third Baron steal today. EDG in full control of the map and likely looking at that Dragon Soul fight. We are going to go into the Drake fight directly. It's burning down super low right now. It is going to be Viper who takes that one away, and they get the Dragon Soul. Lumao does get out alive, but EDG are in hot pursuit. Zoom is on the wrong side of the map. How can he get out of this one? But we do see a good stun into the mid lane. A Mega Gnar not coming out as Viper finishes the Gnar off. No ultimate for you, Zoom. And Flandre chases away the remainders. Yagao finds the chain, but it doesn't really matter as JJ does have the Zhonya's. Loken able to escape with a bare sliver of health right here. It is going to be EDG in full control and JD Gaming in full retreat.
And EDG now have Baron, members of JDG, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them pick up at least 1, if not 2 inhibitors here.
But Flandre might be in trouble here. The Ignite ticking down. He doesn't die! Still going down. Finally, Yagao is able to pick up that kill.
EDG, with Scout.
But Scout actually does go in for a teleport on this one. Yagao very low on mana. He does force the Zhonya's away, and Loken is in to clean this up. I think Scout's going to fall down right here. The double buffs are transferred over to Loken. And throw that we just saw from the EDG mid laner. Now it's Yagao's chance to play zone away, but so far he hasn't found any damage on the enemy team. Zoom is going in for their turnaround. Can they actually find Viper? JJ still at full health, Viper at full health, and they're the one slicing down the JD Gaming members as Viper shreds through the front line. Flandre is still standing. Loken is running for his life at this point as JJ closes down the escape route. He doesn't go for the full-on play, but EDG are going to turn around and take away this Baron.
And you highlighted it best, Clement. I think the fact that Yagao wasn't able to find any damage onto the likes of EDG. And JDG overall, they had a window where they're 5v4. They know that Scout...
Pretty interesting item swap out for Lumao. He actually sold his Shurelya's. Has sold his Turbo Chem Tank for the Shurelya's, but never mind. Flandre coming in from the flank. Yagao might be caught in position right here. We do see JJ popping into the Zhonya's. Kanavi going so low. Yagao gets exploded by Viper as Viper flashes forward with a very authoritative kill right here, and he's going to be heading straight towards the Elder Dragon. So a pick worked up by JD Gaming. They don't find their targets, and EDG on the backhand come up big.
And EDG do this so fast, right? You can't even angle for a position for Konami.
You're trying to jinx it. You're trying to bring it to game 3. I feel it in your tone. You don't actually mean what you say. You want to see more LPL action. You want to see the fiesta. But is EDG going to allow that to happen? That's going to be the big question. This should be an easy push. They have everything on their side. JD Gaming, we have seen the miracles happen before. They are the teamfight masters. They are 5v4 in this one, but Yagao is almost up. This is a super tense moment as they're both trading blows across these Nexus towers. Finally, JJ is going to make the first move. He's going to use the engage, but Luribao goes in for the 3-man knockup. Loken is on the side against Flandre, and can he actually escape for this one? He is able to flash out, but in the meantime, Yagao goes down, Luribao goes down, the tower goes down, and EDG are going to come out of this series 2-0.
Phenomenal performance coming out from EDG. Viper and Mako doing so much work in these